Hi everyone, welcome to Triple M Adventures with Bill. This video is about customizing your screen on your RadioMaster TX16S. We're going to look at widgets, so let's take a look at the radio. Now you'll see the screen is as we set up the 4-channel standard aeroplane, so I'm going to work from there now. Now you can see I took off the trims and I left the sliders, which is not what I normally do, so we're going to remove those. So we need to hit the telemetry button, and if we scroll down we can turn the trims back on, and then we can turn the sliders off and then push enter a couple of times and you'll see they've gone now. Now we've got our trims.
Trim center.
Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to go into the model setting because you can see there was no plane coming up, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me go back again. So to put the picture of the, say it just says plane, we're going to push model, we're going to scroll down to the image, we're going to push enter, and then we'll just pick anyone. There we go. And then push enter, return, and you'll see now we've got the aeroplane picture showing there. Now normally what I do is I have the timer up on the top bar here. So I'm going to remove this here, and I normally put that as my throttle, but you'll be able to choose whichever you like. Now to do that we go to telemetry. Now if you want to change the layout from 1 widget to 3 to 2 to 4, you need to hit the telemetry button, then push enter and scroll to the one that you require and push enter. But we're going to leave it on the 3 options, so I'm going to go to set widgets. Now in here, I'm not sure if you'll see this on the screen, but the one that is highlighted has a solid line around it. The ones that aren't have got a dashed line. So we are going to go to the top widget, push enter, and I'm going to say select widget by pushing enter. Now we're going to go, we should be able to pick that one. We're going to now push enter, and we're going to change that to throttle. Okay, and now if we push return, there we've got the throttle, and it shows us minus 100 plus 100. But I'm going to change it. I'm going to hit the telemetry button, and we're going to go select widgets, and we're going to go back to that window, and there's another one we can select. So select widget, so it won't be this one. We're just going to scroll across and it will give us all our options that we've got. So let me show you those. There we go. That's the one we need, is gauge. So the gauge one now we select and we change that to throttle, and we push return, 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 and you'll now see we have the throttle showing on our screen. Now we can change those colors because I like green, but I will change that later. So to change the color you would need to go into telemetry, say select widgets, move to that widget window, push enter and say widget settings, and there you could change the color that you wanted. Let me see if I can remember my colors. So I think it's 196, so scroll enter, I think it's 196. No, it must be 136. I'm having to remember this now. And this one is, yep, should be 36. There we go. Now I've got my green color. So now we can push return, and you'll see mine now is green. It matches up with the color. So that is everything I do on this part of the screen. So we can return, 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 and there we go. So that's my basic setup of those widgets. Now let's take a look at the top bar widget, which comes up here. We're going to push telemetry, and then we've got to push page up twice, page right twice, and then come down to setup. Now again, with the big widgets, we just scroll across until we have a solid bar around the one we want to edit. Then we push enter, And here we need to pick up value, and then we're going to push enter, and we want to find battery, which I think is close to the bottom. There we go. Too far. Whoops a daisy. Battery, push enter, and then push return, 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 and we'll come back out. Now we can see our radio's battery voltage. Now the next thing I put onto here is my timer, which I've moved from here and I put it up into the top widget window. Now again, we push telemetry, then page right twice, scroll down, hit enter, and then we scroll across to the next widget window. Now here we need to find the timer. There we go. And then we can push return, 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 and there we go. Now we've got our timer, so I can reset. And that's the basic setup I put on my fixed wings. Obviously there's a lot more widgets, different widgets that I will use for my quadcopters, but that's the basics, and you can play around with it. I've shown you how they work and how you get to them, so you can play around with this now. I'm going to do a separate video on the battery percentage widget. Now I normally, let me go through this again, go to setup. In this window across here, this one, I put my battery percentage widget, and the way I set that up is it tells me the percentage of the actual the ampage or voltage I can use in the radio. So it's rather than looking at the battery one, which is 8.2 volts, and say I can go to say 6.8 or whatever it happens to be, it will say a percentage. And so I look at the percentage, and if it got to 0, it's time to change the battery. But we're going to go through that on another video. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And please share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching. Happy flying. Bye for now. Bye.